eye disease for years, and the pain in the back of your eye is forcing bad words from your mouth, it's not too late for another treatment option. To learn more, visit treatted.com. That's treat.com.
Okay, everyone, our mission is complete balanced nutrition. Together, we provide nutrients to support immune, muscle, bone, and heart health.
Ensure with 25 vitamins and minerals. Enter the $10,000 Nourishing Moments giveaway.
Tomorrow on ET, I've never thought I would be a mom. New mom Kaylee Cuoco's mission with Courtney Cox.
I see these kids out there and I just can't imagine if my kid was, hurting all the time.
Their fight for a cause near and dear to their hearts.
It touches us in a very intimate way.
Make sure you check that out.
Yeah, but we got one last thing to show you before we go. Night, everyone.
I'm RuPaul, and welcome to our crib. Now, this is our disco room. There are 26 disco balls up there.
Of course he has a disco room, right? That's just one of the jaw-dropping things to see as the legendary drag queen opened the doors of his 13-point...
Happening now.
Heavy downpours, a little bit of lightning and thunder, and even some small hail in some parts of our area as these storms develop this afternoon. A full update with the radar in just a bit.
After the deadly dog attack in February, ACS officials say the number of dangerous dog affidavits has skyrocketed. We tag along for their latest investigation.
That old barbecue pit in the backyard may be responsible for many a delicious meal over the years, but it won't last forever. 5 signs you need to look for to replace it. The News at 5 starts right now. And first at 5, the rain has arrived again, and we're beginning with a look at the roads with our Storm Chaser.
Yeah, Storm Chaser, our KSAT crew is giving you a live picture of some of the rainy spots here in San Antonio still coming down at this hour. Adam, how long will the rain be sticking around?
Around San Antonio, not all that much longer. The heaviest of the rain has generally moved out of San Antonio, and now it's especially developing and really exploding in parts of Wilson and Karnes counties. Nothing severe out there. I want to really make that clear. This is just good, soaking, beneficial rain. The heaviest rain is raining itself out in Comal County, and you look eastward, that's where the heaviest action is. But behind it, we've had this light rain that's slowly coming to an end. It's not going to last that much longer. If you've got outdoor swim practice or something around town, I think you'll be able to get it in here because this is all just coming to an end. And then the heavy rain that's up in Comal County, Smithson Valley, even up towards Spring Branch. This is lasting a little bit longer, maybe give it another 30, 45 minutes before it rains itself out. But it's the outflow boundary. See that green line? That's that puff of wind that gets thrown out of these storms that acts like a separate little triggering mechanism to get them going and generate these storms around New Braunfels as well. Toward Geronimo and Seguin, a little bit of activity, especially just southeast of Seguin. This really hasn't hit the city of Seguin. It's really just off to the east. Very green around there right now. It's good to see the green fields around Seguin. I have to say that. But we get into Wilson County, and this is where most of the recent development has been because of those outflow boundaries from the storms in San Antonio, throwing the outflows eastward, and then the storms along the coast throwing an outflow westward. See these two lines coming together? Boom. When those winds collide, well, the winds come together and it can't go down because of the ground, so forced to go up, and that rising motion kickstarts these fresh thunderstorms. So this is the new area of development right now, right here, Wilson, Karnes County line, along and just northeast of 181. And of course, there's a little bit more activity out there that we'll be taking a closer look at coming up in just a little bit, along with the rainfall accumulations, how much has fallen and where, and even some trouble spots on our KSAT Connect on the roadways with some ponding of water. Get to that in our next chance of rain just a bit.
All right, let's check out TransGuide and show you one of those trouble spots right now, Adam. This is I-35 at Walsham. And you can see traffic is at a standstill in at least 2 lanes out here. And you can also see the entrance ramp there. Look at just how much water has built up on that entrance ramp. That is slowing everything down. Again, this is I-35 at Walsham. And as you look at that access road, that's some tough sledding through there, and the water getting very high for a lot of those vehicles to go through.
Yeah, all the way up to the grill. The deadly mauling of an Air Force veteran back in February has led to a big jump in complaints about dangerous and aggressive dogs in San Antonio. In fact, the number of affidavits filed every month since has nearly tripled since late February.
Garrett Berger with the latest dangerous dog investigation this afternoon. He explains why neighbors are no longer staying silent and how that is keeping animal control officers busier than ever.
Animal Care Services officers pulled up to a home in the 100 block of Hartford Avenue this afternoon to take away 3 dogs, all suspected of being part of a Mother's Day attack that sent a man to the hospital, where ACS says he remains.
In situations such as these, if we suspect that a serious bodily injury has occurred, we will seek a warrant to remove the dogs from the property.
ACS gets about 3,500 calls for bites every year, the majority from dogs. It's not a small problem.
Our dangerous dogs are out of control.
As of Sunday, there were 113 dogs in San Antonio designated as dangerous and 123 designated as aggressive. Dangerous is a state term indicating a dog's bitten or threatened a human outside its home, while aggressive is a city-specific term that generally indicates a dog has attacked another animal. But either requires an investigation first, kicked off by an affidavit. So it's not an automatic thing. But since 81-year-old Ramon Nahara was killed by a pair of dogs on the west side, the number of monthly affidavits for dangerous or aggressive dogs has jumped from 21 to 58.
I think one is people are a little bit more cautious about animals that they've been okay with, and now they're taking that precaution to sign it, which is completely okay. I think the other thing is the awareness that affidavits exist.
In the last 2 months, with our 58 affidavits that we've received, most of them have been unfounded.
If a dog is designated as either dangerous or aggressive, the owner has to take certain precautions, that include signage, muzzling, and special enclosures. In the Hartford Ave incident, ACS says a judge will actually decide whether the inflicted injuries count as serious bodily injury. So the dogs wouldn't be given a dangerous dog designation. Instead, they'd be put down. Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
A deadly domestic violence shooting and stabbing involving a man, his ex-wife, and his 2 children moving for the first time into the courtroom today.
Stephen Clare appearing in court for the first time today since the April 10th shooting and stabbing. He's being charged with capital murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon for stabbing and killing his 11-month-old daughter and injuring his 2-year-old daughter and his ex-wife.
The attack unfolded at a home on Robin Hood Place in Alamo Heights when Clare got into an argument with his ex-wife. Today's hearing called to schedule Clare's next court appearance to decide whether his bond will be reduced, revoked, or stay the same.
He currently remains in jail with bonds up to $2 million. His next hearing is scheduled for later this week.
We have new information about a fatal rollover crash from Sunday. The Bexar County Medical Examiner identifying the man killed as Jose Philip Garza. According to San Antonio police, the vehicle that Garza was in went off a bridge near Southeast Loop 410 and via Main Road. That's near Mission Espada on the south side. It's still unclear what caused that crash.
A man is dead after he was hit by several drivers early this morning. It happened along West Military Drive, not far from JBSA Lackland. SAPD say the man was in the middle of the street when he was hit by one driver, then run over by several others. Each of those drivers did stop to help, but the man did not survive. His name has not been released. No charges are expected to be filed. The questions surrounding the mass shooting unfolding in a northern New Mexico neighborhood continued to rise, including who the gunman is and what his motive was. 3 people killed, 6 others injured. As ABC's Tim Pulliam explains, even with the gunman dead, an entire neighborhood has been left feeling on edge.
This video showing the suspect in the deadly mass shooting in Farmington, New Mexico, roaming the crime scene.
There's a person laying in the middle of the street. He's just walking in circles with the Glock with an extended clip.
4 officers arriving to a chaotic scene spanning roughly a quarter mile Monday morning in this neighborhood near the 4 corners where New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, and Colorado meet. Investigators say the 18-year-old suspect used 3 different weapons, including an AR-style rifle during the attack.
Be advised, I got several people down.
Neighbor Jeff Clark heard the gunshots from his garage.
I was looking around and noticed that a minivan with 2 elderly people with the windshield blown out, shot out, were dead in their seats.
The gunfire also wounding several others, including a state trooper, before officers confront and kill the suspect, according to investigators. At least 6 homes and 3 vehicles were reportedly hit by gunfire.
So this is the room, went through right there.
Jolene and her family took cover.
It was traumatic to be barricaded in your laundry room with your daughter, who's 1.
Police still searching for the killer's motive. The community in mourning. The two officers' injuries appear to be non-life-threatening. Both officers have been released from the hospital. Now, this attack marks the 225th mass shooting in America this year, according to the Gun Violence Archive. Tim Pulliam, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Another day closer to the June 1st debt limit deadline. Still no deal has been made. As we near closer, fears over a recession grow. And today, President Joe Biden and top congressional leaders meeting for the second time this week to try and strike an agreement.
Republicans are calling for stricter work requirements for federal aid program recipients like SNAP benefits and Medicaid. But Democrats are not agreeing. June 1st is the deadline, but with a Memorial Day weekend recess ahead, there's even less time to get this deal done.
AI, what was once a thing of the future, is here now. Lawmakers have called for more rules and regulations around artificial intelligence. But first, they need to understand it. And they are making progress, but they're also playing catch up. Sam Altman, the head of the chatbot tool ChatGPT, testifying before a Senate Judiciary Committee today over concerns about the technology and what it's intended for.
We are working to build tools that one day can help us make new discoveries and address some of humanity's biggest challenges, like climate change and curing cancer. I think if this technology goes wrong, it can go quite wrong.
Altman also saying today he supports a U.S. or global agency to oversee AI systems, and his agency would comply with safety standards. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and it's why tomorrow KSAT and our community partners are holding a town hall. Lee Waldman will be talking with experts from University Health, the Alamo Area Council of Governments, and the Center for Healthcare Services about challenges to accessing mental health care, especially for children transitioning into adulthood or aging out of foster care.
The panel of experts will be answering questions from you, our KSAT viewers. You can submit your questions at ksatcommunity.com. The town hall streams live on KSAT 12 starting at 2 p.m. tomorrow.
It's still ahead at 5. Today is National Barbecue Day, and if it's been a while since you've used your grill, it may call for an inspection before firing it up. The 5 signs it may be time to upgrade that grill when we come back.
We take you to a West Side neighborhood where people there tell us their streets are falling apart and they feel the city hasn't seemed to notice. We find out what is or is not being done to make improvements here. And tonight could decide the future of the Spurs franchise. RJ Marquez tells us about the lengths that people in San Antonio are going to in the hopes of securing the #1 draft pick for the Silver and Black. All that and more today on the News at 6.
Light a candle. Thank you, Myra. All right, it is one of the great things about living in Texas, backyard grilling all year long. Now, as we head into summer, it's a perfect time to look under the hood because even the cleanest grills don't last forever. 12 News Side's Marilyn Moritz has 5 signs it may be time for a new grill.
Joelle Ross says her family's grill has seen better days.
We've been having trouble with the igniter. It won't light.
If your grill is still under warranty, it's a no-brainer. Fix it. But if it's not,
get a cost for the parts that need replacing, add it up, and if it's more than about half the cost of a new grill, it might be worth considering splurging.
Here are the 5 things to look out for. Number 1, a firebox that's cracked or rusted through.
Not only is it not going to cook well, but it's also unsafe.
He says there's really no fix for a damaged firebox. You'll need to replace the grill. Second, if a burner is pumping out uneven or yellow flames, there's a clog and your grill isn't getting as hot as it could. Clean the holes in the burner tubes with a toothpick. If the flames go back to blue, it's fixed. If not, you can try new burners. Number 3, grates that are flaking or cracked.
Flaking grates need to be replaced because it can actually break off and get into your food.
4th, cracked hoses and connectors are bad news.
If you've got a leaking or cracked hose, replace it immediately. The last thing you want is a gas leak near an open flame.
And finally, an iffy igniter.
An igniter is a part you want to replace immediately when it starts to falter because gas can build up inside the grill.
If you decide on a new grill, Consumer Reports has tested more than 500 models and found plenty of good ones. A couple of standouts for price and performance, this model from Even Embers and the Cuisinart 5 burners dual fuel sold at Walmart. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
We want to take another look outside with live cam. You are looking at what appears to be rising water on the entrance ramp. This is at I-35 at Walsham Road. You can see the cars just plowing through all that water trying to get on the interstate, which is not moving.
I believe that's the southbound lanes of I-35 that we're seeing right there. But yeah, I mean, that access road, I would not go through that with a small car.
No, I would not. And you can see the trucks even having a hard time getting through there. This is not good if the water is still rising, though.
Yeah, luckily the rain has mostly come to an end there, so hopefully that'll start to recede soon. But sometimes even just as much as a clogged drainage area, you know, a drainage grate that gets clogged, especially in construction zones, can cause that kind of ponding on the water and issues on that entrance ramp and then backups onto the frontage road. As if 35 isn't bad enough at rush hour, then you add this on top of it. Taking a look west of town, that's where we're starting right now. Some light rain throughout parts of the hill country, heavier rain around Kerrville. This just moved through Kerrville. I was live on our KSAT Weather Authority app, and we're talking about that storm development westward into Kerrville. You got a nice little clip of rain there, and this is a very drought-stricken part of our area, so it's extra special to see the shower activity up in parts of the hill country and west of town, even around Uvalde. Notice this outflow boundary that's pushing southward into La Pryor. This is likely to kickstart and generate a few more showers. La Pryor, that's moving in as we speak, and it's likely to kickstart some more showers around Batesville and even La Pryor and elsewhere. Okay, let's take a look a little closer to home here and some of our rainfall totals as well. After we look at the radar, got to switch sites to have a better, more high resolution view once we zoom in around San Antonio and surrounding communities. This right here, this is all light to moderate rain. That's just stratiform precipitation behind the thunderstorm. So it's just good soaking rain and nothing to really be concerned about, just additional rain to help put a dent in the drought and just good maintenance rain for locations that are pretty soggy. We get up farther to the north into Comal County. This is all building toward Canyon Lake. And the cause of it is this outflow boundary, that little green line here. As that moves northward, you could say it almost acts as like a mini little cold front to help lift the air and generate the showers and storms. Moving through New Braunfels, not for much longer in terms of the heavy rain. The heavy rain, you get the heavy rain for about 30 minutes and then it turns into the lighter rain. This is the zone of most development here. Western Gonzales County, even Smiley, just outside of Nixon, but into Stockdale, Wilson, Karnes counties. This is where the two outflow boundaries, you'll see them right there. Boom! They collide. Causes that quick rising air and then thunderstorms. This activity is going to last a little bit longer than what we've previously been seeing so far this afternoon. But come sunset, I expect most of this rain to be over with. And after sunset, all of it coming to an end. All right, this is rainfall totals over the past 12 hours. Give you a wider view. Keep in mind, yellow indicates 2 inches of rain or more. South side of town, near Highway 90, you get around Harlandale, 2.3 inches estimated by the radar. Then we come up where it was raining, where we had the issues on I-35 there. This is up I-35, 1604, Selma, Live Oak area, Rolling Oaks Mall. We're looking at over 2 inches of rain in a short period of time, actually 2.4 inches estimated by the Doppler radar there. Made for some beautiful photos, thanks to our KSAT 12 viewers. I love a good rain shaft. This is a beautiful rain shaft, textbook rain shaft that we get in these tropical environments. And there's another one. You see the downpour off in the distance. And here we go, 35 in Walsham. This was earlier this afternoon. There's the high water, especially it looks like on the shoulder there. And then that looks like that on-ramp we were talking about of those cars going through it. And yeah, bigger cars can make it. Smaller cars, unfortunately, may have an issue there. Okay. This is something I like to share with you, our drought monitor, which will be updated on Thursday and should be much improved, by the way. I'm looking forward to it. But the extreme and exceptional drought here, San Antonio into the hill country, even toward Hondo, that's the area we're going to look at. And that's actually where we had several inches of rain over the past several days in that area. A few lingering showers through 8 o'clock, 70 degrees. And then the rain tapering off after sunset. Wherever we have lingering showers should slowly come to an end an hour or two after sunset. And then partial clearing later on tonight. And by midnight, I think we'll be partly cloudy, right near 70 degrees. Tomorrow morning, we start the day at 65. A mixture of sun and clouds throughout the day, but overall much drier than today. Just a 10% chance, so a stray afternoon pop-up, but highly isolated. 87 in Floresville tomorrow, Canyon Lake 86. Bandera 87, Utopia 88. And then it's nothing but sunshine and back up to near 90 for Thursday and Friday. Then this weekend, weather pattern shifts, some upper energy, a weak cold front could kickstart some isolated to widely separated showers and storms from time to time.
Thank you, Adam.
All right, it comes down to one ping pong ball.
Yeah.
I'm nervous enough.
I think a candle would help. I do.
I can't imagine Peter J. Holt sitting on that stage tonight.
I know, but at the same time, how exciting knowing that the ping pong ball lands in the exact right way. The Spurs will win the #1 draft in the NBA lottery draft pick, which is coming up tonight in Chicago. And Becky Hammon, unfortunately, she was suspended by the WNBA. Coming up.
The 9th pick goes to the San Antonio Spurs.
Last year was number 9. This year, Spurs fans are really hoping for the first pick in Big Board Sports. Tonight is the 2023 NBA Draft Lottery, and the Spurs, Rockets, and Pistons all have the best chance of landing the overall #1 pick in the June draft. Last year, the Spurs were represented by David Robinson. This year, Spurs managing partner Peter J. Holt will be in Chicago with his fingers crossed that the lottery balls will bounce around in the right way to give the Spurs the #1 selection. It's happened twice before, of course, with David Robinson and Tim Duncan. The Spurs, Pistons, and Rockets also have a 52.13% chance at a top 4 selection. So the 38th annual NBA Draft Lottery will determine the order of the selection for the first 14 picks of the upcoming NBA draft. It all goes down tonight at 7 in Chicago. Per the percentages, the Spurs will finish no lower than the 7th overall selection. The WNBA announced today that the Las Vegas Aces would lose their 2025 first-round draft pick and that head coach Becky Hammon would be suspended for 2 games to start the upcoming season. The punishment comes after an investigation by the league determined that the defending champion Aces violated league rules regarding impermissible player benefits and workplace policies. The investigation found the Aces were offering under-the-table payments to current players and free agents they were trying to sign. Plus, former Aces player Derek Hamby alleged she was bullied and manipulated for being pregnant and that it led to her being traded. The Western Conference Finals between the Lakers and the Nuggets will tip tonight at Ball Arena in Denver. As the #1 seed in the West, the Nuggets, of course, were expected to get here, but not the 7th-seeded Lakers, who beat #2 Memphis and #6 Golden State to advance. Denver went through Minnesota and Phoenix and will now take on LeBron James as he chases down his 5th NBA championship.
He's like a coach out there, so I mean, it's just like I said, it can't be overstated how great the guy is, all the accolades that he's achieved over the years, and just how good he is at manipulating the game of basketball. So, you know, that's something that you need a heightened level of focus to compete with, and I think we're ready. I'm excited for it.
Game 1 tips tonight at 7:30 in Denver, and go Spurs, go.
Yeah, a lot of Spurs fans forget that game.
Exactly.
What happens before that?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Larry.
We'll be right back. We want to take a quick look outside with TransGuide. We've got a ton of issues going on out there due to all the rain. This is I-35 at O'Connor. You can see the middle lanes are closed off. It looks as though there is water on the road or something stopping those cars.
Yeah, this is I-35 at Ritterman, not all that far away from that. You see at least one stalled vehicle there. And we showed you earlier I-35 at Walsham.